There's a time when the world is at its quietest, when shadows stretch long and sleep is just out of reach. It's the hour of restless souls, of whispered stories, of thoughts too much for the daylight. Welcome to Hour of the Wolf, where we dive into the stories that keep you awake. When hearts beat and the wolves prowl. The family, the community, the truths about being in a wolf pack. Stay with us if you dare. They call it the Hour of the Wolf.
And welcome back to another edition of the Hour of the Wolf podcast. I am your host, Louis P. Schreier. With me, as always, the co-host, the boss, old Darren.
Good evening. Good evening.
How was your weekend, boss?
My weekend was phenomenal. Went up to the Twin Cities to see AC/DC. And 70 years old Angus Young. And 2.5 hours did not stop. Nonstop.
That's what you want. That's everything you need. And at the age those guys are, man, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they were really good. I enjoyed it. Pretty Reckless opened the show. They were okay. Easy on the.
Let me ask you this. All right. How was Taylor Momsen on stage?
Taylor Momsen was fantastic.
Good. She was still
Pretty Reckless was okay. She still got it.
All right.
What, 26? Yeah, she's still got it. Apparently she hasn't lost it yet.
Cindy Lou Who. That forever will just be engraved in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy, busy week for me. A lot of stuff after work going on for me, just personal stuff getting through. Yeah, then hopefully this week it winds down. Actually, we got our engagement pictures on Thursday, so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, Thursday morning, going to do that. I get a nice 4-day weekend. And then,
nice.
Yeah, this weekend though, my record store day started on Wednesday. Obviously, everybody here knows that National Record Store Day was on Saturday. And Wednesday, the local owner is like, "Hey, we got mob rules here." I'm like, "Don't let it leave. Don't let anybody touch that thing. I'm coming to pick it up after work." So I got Black Sabbath Mob Rules, and then I got an Alice in Chains album, and then I went in this morning because yesterday I had a bunch of little things going on, couldn't make it in. And today I picked up Rainbow, the band Rainbow. Got a live album from them.
Ronnie James Dio singing.
So one half of the album is the live performances with Ronnie.
Okay. And
then the other half is with the other singer, which is John. I think it was John and Kurt are the other two.
Okay.
And then I got Alice in Chains Dirt, which me, I've been looking for that album for a long time. Me and that album are the exact same age. So we both were born.
Yeah, me too.
We were both born on April 30th. So, so I got Alice in Chains Dirt, and then I also got some Quiet Riot. I had to make our final vinyl decision on do I get Earth AD Misfits or do I get Quiet Riot? And then obviously I went the cheaper route because I splurged on that Rainbow album.
Quiet Riot on the Mental Health Tour would have been my first rock concert. But Mom wouldn't let me go. So we're gonna have to talk to her about that on our Mother's Day episode. Why she wouldn't let me go to see Quiet Riot. But then a little while later, she did let me go see my first rock concert was Kiss on the Asylum tour. So I don't know what
So
the years
you would think that as a mother that seeing Quiet Riot would be a little bit more parent, a little bit more okay, right? Because they're a little bit less,
Yeah.
Because Kiss is very, very provocative with their sound, with their whole get up.
What's Metal Health? Was that 82, 83 maybe? So I would have been 10 or 11. So that might have played a factor in the.
I think they're 81. Wasn't that 81? Because that was right after. That was their first album after the 70s. Randy Rhoads left them, wasn't it? Pretty sure.
Yeah, it would have been their first. Yeah, that would have been their first. So I say it was around 81, 82. So I would have been 9 or 10. So I can understand Mom not trusting me to spend her hard-earned dollars at a Quiet Riot show. But
yeah, see, you guys grew up in a golden age. Tickets are cheap. Yep. Concerts are all over. More bands.
I had to wait in line at the Boston store downtown to buy concert tickets at their location in the back. Didn't have to worry about scalping. Didn't have to worry about bots buying up all the tickets. It's no different than record store day now. Didn't have to worry about all the people showing up 24 hours early to wait in line and buy the new Taylor Swift 7-inch single.
Yeah, I'm actually repping my record store right now. The Bad Axe Music. Thank you guys very much. It's a great little store in Broke, Wisconsin. If you guys ever make the trip, please stop in and say what's up. It's awesome. I love that store, man. It's awesome.
Tell them Louis sent you, and you'll get a 5% discount.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I talk to him all the time. He always posts. He always has posts on his Facebook. What came in? What's new? He does a great job that business.
Good for him.
Well, yeah, let's get right down to the brass tacks. We got an awesome guest tonight, everybody. With Micheal Gagliano.
Yes, we do.
On.
We certainly do.
Pair with a normal, and we'll just call him an international hot shot. Once you see this guy, you'll get it.
International hot shot.
Yeah, international hot shot. So we'll bring him in right now.
Amateur comedian.
Yeah. There's the boss right there. Destroy your sponges.
That's me. Lots of sponges I've massacred.
So you've been a busy guy lately, man. You were just last week. You were up in Eloise Asylum.
Yep, Michigan.
How was that?
Cold.
Not that cold.
I hated it.
Dude, it's short.
Vegas, that is cold.
We were out.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I'm used to like 120 degrees. Like I'm good. It's fine. I can do that. 20 degrees, I'm not good. I'm not fine. I don't like it. And it snowed. I mean, that's supposed to be spring. It's snowing. But I will say this. I've been to Eloise one other time, and that was I want to say in February. And it was so cold that I remember using the bathroom and my ball hair stuck to the toilet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
we call that Tuesday in Wisconsin.
Yeah. So it wasn't that cold. But yeah, man, I will say this. Have you guys been to Eloise at all?
Never have. It's on one of my, I have a little list of places I want to go.
Yeah, I've heard you like lists and then not looking at anything on them.
Yeah, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Way to go, Louis. Dropping the ball.
Paranormal wise, I hit Waverly Hills so far. That's
okay.
I started my to-do list on where I want to go. And this summer I'm going to do Sheboygan. Then obviously we're going to Broadhead, where we're going to meet you face to face.
Yes, Broadhead's awesome, man. Yeah, that one's going to be great. Broadhead's going to be a lot of fun. But Eloise is definitely it's got a lot of personality. And what's crazy is I want to say it's 5 floors, and each floor is its own storyline. It's wild, and the further up you go, the crazier it gets.
Yeah, so I recently watched, I can't remember what Investigator it was. When I say recently,
TV.
I do watch YouTube.
Just-
all I have is YouTube right now. I literally type in. So like my extensive TV is my Hulu and my HBO package
Sure.
and my live local TV package because I'm a cheap ass. And then it's YouTube, and that's what it is. It's
So if you got a code to watch something for free, you would jump right on it.
Jump right on that, wouldn't he?
I really did have a busy week. But yeah, it was a Paranormal Quest.
Oh yeah,
one of those shows. And yeah, they describe that place as such too, because they always do like their pre-show talk, and like every floor is its own storyline. It's basically how you said it. Every floor is a different feeling as you go up. It's a different vibe every floor.
Yeah, and I will say this too. It's hard when you go to like Waverly Hills or Trans Allegheny or Eloise, because they were asylums. So you're trying to if we all can agree that there is an afterlife or there are these entities, right? It stands to reason that they would be unreasonable, right? Because they were not of sound mind then. Okay. Nothing has changed for them since.
They didn't find therapy in the afterlife, so
yeah, no, turns out they're still crazy. So and it can kind of come off that way too. So when you do it, but I saw you, Darren. Did you have a drink?
I did, yes.
What is
Is
it?
that okay? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, what am I having? I am
Yes.
having McKenna 10-year-old bourbon.
You know what's funny is anytime I go to church, Catholic church, I always bring a bottle of McKenna. Always. Because it's finally a 10-year-old a priest can touch,
Oh boy.
So yeah.
Amen, brother. That's it. Swing it for the fences today.
But I got a little crown right here. It's a little bit left to polish off. So anytime I do my show, I always do a shot.
Okay.
And I call it Spirits for the Spirits. So Louis, do you have anything?
I can go get one. You want me to go get one quick?
You know what? You might as well, because you're just disappointing me left and fucking right. This guy.
Okay, so give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
So you live in Green Bay. That is like ultimate to me.
I'm right in Green Bay. Yeah. I rode my bike past Lambeau Field today, as a matter of fact, to watch all the setup for the draft.
I know. Some are saying it'll be the first and only time. They don't think it'll be back, but I don't know, man.
It won't be back. We're not ready for it. The city's not ready for it. There's too much coming in.
Too much of a load.
Too much of there's too much.
Title of your sex tape.
I got I got a couple of coworkers who live right in the area, and they were contemplating doing the old B&B thing with their places and leaving completely. Like one of them, he's literally 6 houses away from Lambeau Field.
Buffalo Trace, I'm there.
He's not going to be able to get in and out of his house the entire weekend and that type of thing. So he's going to stay on the other side of town by his girl, and we're not ready for it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I get it. So anytime I go, and I go every other year. Are you ready, Louis?
So I got the Buffalo Trace and the fancy J. Henry glass. So
love it. All right. Well then, Spirits of Spirits.
Cheers, boys.
I guess I should have asked if it was a PG show or
not anymore.
Okay. Fair.
Did you say you come up here once every couple of years?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I come up at least once every other year. So all my family is actually. So my last name is Gagliano, 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 but it's pronounced Gagliano and Bibi Bapada. And my family migrated to Wisconsin, to Milwaukee, in 1913. So my grandfather, in the early 20s, was a Packers fan. He loved going to pro games. And my grandpa, he worked for the mob, and eventually moved away. They moved from there, Chicago, then from Chicago to Cuba, from Cuba to Paradise Island, or Nassau, the Bahamas. He opened casinos, is what he did. So he opened all the casinos in Cuba before the revolution. He opened up Paradise Island, which was do you guys know who Howard Hughes is. Some
Mhm.
people do. Some people are like, I don't know. Howard Hughes, they found him like all the FBI like busted him all cracked out and weird and in a hotel in the Bahamas. That was my grandpa's hotel. So after that, he retired to Vegas. And my dad was born also in Milwaukee. I'm the only one that was born in Vegas. So we've been Packers fans generationally now, forever since I was born. So I finally got to take my dad to a game. So we went and saw a game, and then before we could go to another one, he passed away. So I got him a stone down at Lambeau.
Oh,
So
yep. One
I
of the
go back.
bricks.
I
Sure.
go back every 2 years. I watch a preseason game, and I visit his stone, bring him a shot of whiskey, and hang out.
Well, then we will next game you come up for, you'll come and tailgate with me and my son beforehand.
That'll be dope. I literally have only ever stayed at the Lodge Kohler, so I can stumble
directly
home.
across the street. Yep.
Oh, dude, it's so nice there.
That is a nice place.
Do you guys? I don't know if you watch any of like the YouTube Packers people, but I do follow Andy Herman.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Locked On Packers.
Yeah. Well, that Locked On Packers is Peter something.
Bukowski.
Yes, Karowski. Yeah. He's Pack-A-Day.
Okay, Pack-A-Day. Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's
last time I was
there's
down
so
there,
many. There's so like yeah,
there's so many.
so many different Packer podcasts. Pack-A-Day, Locked On Packers.
But last time I was down there, I got to hang out with him a little bit, so that was really cool. And I did a tour, and it was Evan Dietrich Smith.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's the old what is it, the center, right?
He's like a guard.
Or guard. Yeah, he was a guard.
He was
yeah.
an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he was the guard that got stepped on by Ndamukong Suh. If you
Was that
remember.
him?
Yeah.
That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So it was cool. I got to meet him there. He gave us a tour of Lambeau. That was pretty awesome. So, yeah, I love Lambeau, man. That place is dope.
Excellent. Next time you come up, we'll hook up for a little tailgating beforehand. We'll show you how Green Bay tailgates. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Lambeau's a special place. That's where I met Darren face to face the first time was Lambeau.
Oh shit.
yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, me and my brother Eric went up there for that game. We were both drunk and gainfully underdressed, but we stuck through the whole thing. It was like -20 that line of the game.
She was chilly.
Dang
I
it.
was out there in the t-shirt and a flannel. I was like to the seat. And I was sitting there in my beer and my brother, and I'm like, dude, my beer is like, it's not lasting. We got to go get liquor. And this is not because it just freeze. Beer just freeze right up.
We going to die. That's why I said that's why anytime I've gone to Lambeau, it's been for a preseason game. The weather's just right for me. And
nice.
the seats are a lot cheaper.
Yeah. I've only been to one preseason game, but that was the first time I ever seen Matt LaFleur in person, and the first time I seen Derrick Henry in person. They were both with the Titans at the time.
Okay, so you saw the Titan game.
Yep, I seen Derrick Henry's rookie season.
I got to go. So it's ironically, I got to see Derrick Henry the last time I was down there because it was the Baltimore
Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens and Packers. They were doing practice, and then they played at Lambeau. So this was right after the trade. He's a monster of a man, but I got to go onto the sidelines and like walk around, and that was pretty dope.
You carry that kind of clout. I see.
I literally just like somehow managed to like smooth talk my way in.
Do you know who I am? Did you pull the do you know who I am card? You did, didn't you?
Oh no, because if that's the case, then they definitely wouldn't have let me in.
International sensation. He's like, I'm an international sensation. I will walk past you, and that's just the end of it.
I once brought a llama across the bridge.
Yeah, right. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that llama story because I actually the first time I ever got bit by an animal, it was a llama.
All right, story time.
Yeah. So it was just like a weird day, right? It was like one of those days where just like something was going to happen. Like there's just no way around it. Because the day started off with we went to this place called Bonnie Springs, which was like one of those like old timey Western spots where they do like the reenactments, and they also have like a petting zoo type deal, right? Little zooey type deal out near Vegas, Nevada. So we go up there with my family. I'm like 12, 11, maybe, and it's me. And in a rare occasion, my brother and my sister are with me. My brother is 7 years younger. My sister is 4 years older. Okay. And we're all together. So none of us get along. Let me just start there. We especially then, we did not like each other at all. So here we are all in the car. We get down there. The first thing that happens is my brother sees a peacock and decides that he wants to have the peacock, goes to get the peacock. The peacock then decides it does not want to go with my brother, Eric. So the peacock then begins to chase my brother and never stops chasing after my brother. And my brother, help me, help me, help me. I'm like, you're too far. I can't help you, dude. Sorry. I thought it was hilarious. So then we get into like the petting zoo part, and there's a thing that says do not feed the animals, right? But then you put in a quarter and and then feed comes out, right? Out of the little machines for the animals. So am I supposed to feed the animals or not feed the animals? So I just assumed it was at my discretion. And there was this llama, and he was looking at me like, hey, good, I see you got some food. I was like, yeah, man, I got some food. He's like, all right, cool. Can I have it? I'm like, yeah. Put my hand out. He goes, and he eats up the food. And then he just kind of like looks at me like, hey, it's cool. Let me see your hand again. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, cool. So I put my hand back out. And he fucking bites me. The whole hand. And they don't just like, they're not like because they're like an herbivorous, a leafy guy,
Leafy guy.
And so they don't just like bite. They like it like.
They're trying to rip your hand off.
My hand was numb for hours, and I was like, this day could not get any worse, right? I just got bit by a llama, and here's the crazy part. 10 years later, I'm now in my 20s. I take somebody else back to that park. That llama was still there.
Did he remember you?
Oh, yeah. I looked at him. I said, you. And he went, you. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, brother, me. Yeah.
Well, but the day ended with my sister getting her tongue stuck in a root beer bottle, and we had to go to the hospital. So either way, it's a fun time. Good times.
Or I'll relate a quick zoo story since you were just on it. After I was up in the Twin Cities this weekend for that AC/DC show, and my daughter took us to the Como Zoo in St. Paul, which is a free zoo, beautiful zoo, all kinds. They got tigers and giraffes and zebras and orangutans, and so we were at the Doll sheep exhibit, and there's a sign on the fence outside the doll sheep, a couple of beautiful doll sheep with the curved horns and everything. Oh, yeah. And there's a sign out there, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of that the doll sheep is considered basically a useless species because everything they can get from the doll sheep is more readily available from a regular sheep. Oh. So really, the doll sheep is just a useless animal. And they put it right on the little side. It was paraphrased a little bit nicer than that, but that's essentially what they said: is this is a pointless animal that you're looking at, so enjoy.
Yeah.
Little guys.
That's amazing. And it's just chilling, living its best life.
He was. I mean, he had a really itchy back. Watched him for about 10 minutes, try to scratch his back on some little post that's there and do this shit with his antler, and just couldn't reach that one spot. But no, his buddy just stood there for about 15 feet away watching him like, I ain't helping you.
This idiot. God, useless.
I've been through the animal loop this week. So I'm excited about the dire wolves. I'll come out and say it. The dire wolves is pretty cool.
It is.
But what pissed me off was they showed this all these pictures of these puppies this week, but they're born in October, and then Khaleesi was born in January.
Right.
So these things have been on Earth for 6 months, and they're letting us know now that these murders are running free. Like, what if they got loose?
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's the first thing went through my head is like, so you let this dire wolf into the world. You're not going to tell anybody.
Hey, if you were to give like the direwolf gene to a midget, would that just make them a regular person? Like, how would that work?
Wouldn't that be a werewolf though? Because you're cross connecting two different strands.
I don't know. There's so many. I have so many questions now.
But
Yeah.
a tall werewolf. Would it be a small werewolf?
Right.
Small
just
werewolf.
like-
So what's the politically correct way to say small werewolf or little
midget?
person werewolf?
Vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged werewolf?
Half pint werewolf.
Yeah.
Half wolf?
Half. Sure.
It's a half moon. It's like a half,
actually, you know what they call it?
Well, it's already a half wolf. It's like
that's
a
when they transform. It's not a full moon. They wait till just a half a moon.
right. Oh, so they only need one cheek.
You know what they call it? It'd be a were-coyote.
Oh, maybe.
Coyotes are smaller versions of wolves, essentially. So
That's true. Maybe.
I think the science was really cool. Like, because they're like now they're going to try to dive into possibly a woolly mammoth, but like also what they did, they could really help revitalize the red wolf population too, which is
I saw this movie in the early 90s and it didn't end well for most of the people in it.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with dinosaurs.
Or the 4 or 5 movies that came after it. None of them really ended well. They made it ended well, but the middle part was really bad for humans. So
all
I'm
I know
not
is
sure.
at that facility, there has to be a very strict no shaving cream policy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
Newman.
Damn it, Newman.
All right. So, Michael,
Yes.
directly on your podcast tagline, getting into the nuts and bolts of everything here, it says you have a unique perspective on the afterlife.
I do, sir.
What is the unique perspective of the afterlife?
Well, when I started this journey, I knew nothing. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, I still don't know anything, but I've been able to. So, like some people, their journeys are born in, like religion, right? Or their beliefs have religious context or meaning or spiritual meaning, right? Maybe they're Wiccan, pagan, they believe in witchcraft, or they believe in astrology, or they believe in being psychic and ESPN and all that stuff. Or maybe they're just, Christian or Jewish or Baha'i or a Jehovah's Witness, and we all miss the bus. Like, whatever. So I have none of that background. I'm not religious. I'm not anything, right? So when I started getting into this and I started to experience some of this not only the culture, but some phenomenon, right? I had to, and talking to people, I had to start trying to rationalize, right? Because that's what we all want to do, right? Is we want to understand or at least come to some sort of a thought process to which you can say, okay, I get it now, right? I mean, I think that's what we're all trying to do. I think some people have already come to their own conclusions. You know what I mean? Like if you're religious, you die, you go to heaven. I get it. Cool. That's awesome. Well, I don't necessarily buy that because I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm not religious. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like if I die, there's going to be a Greyhound there ready to take me to the Silver City. And if there is such a thing as the Silver City, and heaven is real, it sounds really overpopulated. It sounds like New York. Okay. I don't want that, Oh God. How long do I have to wait? Miss the bus again, And then in heaven, like, what if my cousin Tony is there? I don't like my cousin Tony, okay? But maybe he was a good dude. So guess what? He gets to go to heaven too. And now fucking cousin Tony is here badgering me for all of eternity. That does not sound like heaven. So can I just heavenly make him disappear? Because now that doesn't sound good either. Does that take me to hell? Now he gets to stay in heaven? God damn it, Tony. So
Fuck
I
you,
don't know, right? I don't know. So on top of that, my co-star is a psychic.
Mhm.
I did not believe that psychics were a thing. They absolutely are. I don't know how they do what they do, but I've seen and witnessed some incredible things. And I was talking to another very famous psychic. Her name is Sarah Lemos. I don't know if you're familiar with her or her work, but she's been on some episodes with Jason Hawes, which is what, Ghost Hunters, right? Is that right?
Yep.
And I think she's even done some stuff with Zach Baggins when he was taking the ring to Mordor. I think she was on that episode. Yeah. But she's phenomenal, right? And I was talking to her about her process of mediumship, right? So I learned that there was a difference between being a psychic and being a medium. Like, all mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums, right? It's basically a bourbon whiskey type deal. She's both. So I was talking to her about mediumship, right? Because, I think there's a very firm belief, and I do believe that we get reincarnated, right? I don't know, Louis, what do you think? Do you believe in reincarnation?
I believe there's a chance. That's where I'm at. I think there's a chance at everything in
Okay.
the afterlife. Because we
What
don't
about
know.
you,
We
Deuce?
just huh?
I said, what about you, Deuce?
Yes, I do. I think that everything is there's too much out there to not believe that's something, to me,
Fair.
to not believe that I think I come back some way.
Cal Vilmer agrees with you. So we've established that. So I'm talking to her. I said, well, how do you communicate? Like, what does that look like? She said, well, it's kind of like this window right here, right? And on the other side of this window is everyone that's attached to you. Your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dog Fluffy, your friend from 16 years ago. They're all connected right out here. So all she has to do is look out that window and go, hey, come on up. And if they want to talk, they can come up and talk. I said, okay. And I said, that's impossible. It is impossible for me to believe that what you are saying is true and correct, and that you can also be reincarnated. Because how can I be there and be here? Right? Make it make sense. So that's what I did. I found a way to make it make sense for me, right? I'm not saying this is true. This is just one idiot's belief. So take it with a grain of sand, folks. But I hope it just kind of sparks some type of thought process. So this is what I believe. I believe, and I'm actually going to do a little more clarification. So we've established that we do have a belief that there could very well be past lives, right?
Mhm.
Deuce, do you have an animal right now?
Yes. I have
What's
a
your
cat
animal's
named
name?
Sherbert.
Sherbert. Louis, what about you?
I have a dog named Duke.
Duke. If Sherbert and Duke just decided to run outside and get hit by a car, how would you feel?
Horrible.
Pretty
Horrible.
fucking devastated, right? It would emotionally destroy you, honestly, right? Because we have such a huge emotional connection to our pets. We really do.
Yep.
Can you name a pet you had in a past life? No, not really, right? But I guarantee you, in every single life you've ever lived, I guarantee you had a pet. And I guarantee you were just as emotionally connected to it then as you are now. And when they died, it probably fucking wrecked you, right? But why can you not remember something so traumatic, something so emotionally powerful to you, right? You can't remember your other wives or your husbands or anything. You can't remember any of it. I mean, you might get like memories, right? Like, yeah, I can remember being in a wagon and being pulled by horses, and I can remember seeing smoke coming out of chimneys and wearing fancy top hats. Or I can remember being in the desert and staring at a pyramid. People have like certain core memories, right? So why? So this is what I believe. All that to get to this. I believe that when you die, when you pass, you shed that life like a snake sheds its skin. Okay? And everything that it was attached to can stay attached to it. And that's why you do that. So you take it all off, every part, every parcel. You put it here so it can stay connected to anything and everything it's supposed to stay connected to, what you've created, right? So you're still technically connected to this, but literally by the thinnest thread. You're done with it. And then what you do is you go off and create something new. And you just kind of continue this pattern. Now, just like a snake, little bits and pieces of skin can get stuck to you, right? Little patches. And I think those are your core memories that you remember. I think those are the kids that for some reason are prodigious in playing the piano, or people that can remember a bunch of languages, or maybe they are just better at being psychic. That's my thought process. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but that's kind of what I roll with.
So that I do like that. Thank you for the explanation. That was fantastic. It makes 100% sense to me the way you explained it. So why does that lead you to keep doing what you want to do? Are you looking for, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but are you looking for these little threads that are connecting things? Like are you looking for something? If you're doing an investigation somewhere in your mind, are you trying to piece together these threads that could connect, however strenuously, between one thing and the other? Is that kind of what you're doing, or are you just doing it because you look good doing it and you're having fun with it?
I look fantastic.
For the record, you do look fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But so the reason why I got into it was I had a couple of deaths in my family, one in particular being my dad. And my dad was not religious at all. In fact, he was kicked out of the Mormon church for asking questions. He was kicked out of a Catholic school for asking questions. So he dies very suddenly, tragically, right? And I said, well, shit, is that it? Is his story really just done? Is he never going to attempt to contact me again? Can I never see that person again? Can I never see or feel or hear or have any type of connection with my father ever again? And it made me start to wonder, well, maybe there is something to it. Or maybe my dad was right and there is nothing and life is pointless. Like, I don't know. So that was the whole reason why I started this journey. And now, I'm starting to kind of create these hypotheses, right? So now my goal is, as I'm getting ready to start season 2, is look, I don't want to know the truth. I don't want to know the whole story. I don't want to know, right? I don't think anybody actually does, because the second you know, it's over, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us actually truly want that type of finality, because Lord knows we may not even like the answer, right? But I do want to see more pieces of the puzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I am genuinely curious about maybe these little pieces and how they might connect, right? Like we were just talking about the dire wolf, right? That's a genetic code, right? It's a physical code. Could that keep memories too? Could these new dire wolves have that same instincts that they had 10,000 years ago or whatever? I don't know. Now I'm curious now to know. Right? So we'll see. I mean, that's it. You just got to kind of go and Hope you pick up little pieces, man. Just little pieces. That's all I need. That's all I want. And I'll be happier than a knee high on a grasshopper or whatever they say.
Whatever they say. Wow.
So I know. So with your paranormal endeavor here, you have your own show, obviously on Beacon TV.
Are you sure it's obvious, Louis?
Right? It's not like you have a code or anything.
Pour a little bit more of this.
If only he would have given the code to the host that would have watched.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know what? My Mary Lynn, my co-star, the psychic, is here. Do you want to see her?
Yeah.
Love to.
Oh,
Love
that
to.
was going to be my next question going into that. You was going to talk about your co-host, but
Okay.
get her in. Yeah.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Hey, Ken just showed up. Hi, Ken.
Yeah, I was going to say, where is
Time.
Ken tonight?
Where the hell has Ken been all night?
Yeah, I was waiting for the guy to say like the stream. We were at 99
Here he is.
subs. So if we are at 100 subs, Ken, tonight, I will play the song for you. 'Cause that's actually a big deal.
Oh, yeah, we just need one more sub then. One more sub.
We
And
get
it's
one more
a
sub.
subscription. We're not, this isn't some S&M type thing. We don't know. Not tonight.
Yeah.
That's a different show. That's our Wednesday show.
Is that your solo show? I never got invited to that one.
That's because you didn't use my code.
Yeah.
I gave you the code.
Everybody gives me a code.
Deuce. It's Darren, though, right?
It is Darren, correct.
I'll get you a code, too. Maybe one of you guys will watch.
I'm going to watch.
Heard that before. So I didn't have a lot in my other one. So this is a Crown Royal Reserve. I'm just trying to get through my Crown.
I do have a bourbon story with this bottle. I went to the store.
Yeah,
They had the big, Buffalo Trace has the big bottle too.
massive.
So that one's on the shelf. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get, they just had the big flood. I'm not sure if prices are gonna go up or not. And I get the big bottle. I asked for it. The guy puts it in front of me, and the guy behind me goes, "Oh, that's what I wanted."
Ah, man.
And I looked at the lady. I'm like, "You guys had the smaller bottle back there by a chance?" She's like, "Yeah, we do." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'll just take the small bottle. He can have the big bottle, whatever." Yeah, be a nice guy today.
You're like, fine.
Yeah.
Let
Hi,
this
Mary
guy
Lynn.
be a drunk.
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. These
So
guys
this
got
is
me on.
Mary Lynn Bast,
Barry Lynn Bast. Yep.
ESPN extraordinaire.
Mary Lynn was also on our telethon, on our
Yes, she was.
podcast-a-thon that we had.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So she's gonna do a little because once we get somebody new, we got to do
Fireball.
Yeah.
She brought out the
I just
fireball.
refilled, but I ran out of McKenna, so I'm going for some Woodford Reserve now.
Oh, that's another
the
good
double-
one. I
that's the
like
double
that. Have you
oak,
guys
isn't it?
had Angel's
That's-
Envy?
That's a double oak.
That is the double oaked. Yes.
You
No, I have
selfish
not.
son of a bitch. I wanted that bottle for so long. I can't find it down here.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers to spirits. Love to honor if you can't. Never mind. Shouldn't.
I've been looking for that double oak for so long. I just cannot find it.
I heard you like twice as much wood.
Yeah. Yep.
Double the wood is good for wood.
Yes, right.
Double the oak's good for bourbon.
Yeah.
So Mary Lynn, what's it like working with Mike here?
Oh my God. That's all I can say.
Fair.
I never know what is going to come out of his mouth or his butt
Also true. Also fair.
or,
She stinks up the bathroom worse than I do. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys.
hey, I warned you, don't go in.
She does. She actually tried to warn me. She's like, "Hey, you should go into the room first once," but I couldn't get the key to work, and then she just ass blasted me. Yeah, that's a true story.
What can I say? We all have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just with him, it's nonstop 24/7. So what you see here is him all the time. Well, actually, I told him earlier it was 22/7
22/7.
because there's only 2 hours he can be serious.
Yes. I can only do it for so long.
So, when you guys go into your investigations, what's been the most intense experience you guys have had? Obviously, with Mike being an international sensation and comedic relief, is going into like an intense situation better with Mike, or is it kind of like this is getting hot and heavy? Can you like dial it back for a second, Mike?
Actually, I think it goes in, it kind of lightens the mood a little bit. So whenever we go in and we know that there's a lot of stuff happening, just his sense of humor and just bringing the positive energy lightens it up a little bit, and it's not as bad.
And I will say this to anybody that does, comedy or wants to go and wants to try to be funny during an investigation. The one thing you have to do is you still have to be respectful.
Yes.
So a lot of my comedy, which you would have known, Louis, is very introspective.
Oh, so I take it he hasn't watched the show.
He has not, and he has a code.
I have a code. I have a code too. Yeah, I failed.
So
I
it's
failed
very
miserably.
introspective, right? So it's really about all the comedy is focused towards me, about my journey, about me being an idiot, not the location, not the spirits, and it's about me learning, right? So it's really a journey. Well, it's not a lot of investigating that takes place on our show, because there's shows that are already out there that you could do that. Ghost Hunters, The Searchers, Afterlife. You could do, Ghost Explorers. Is that the name of Bilbo's show? I don't remember.
Oh, Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, Ghost Adventures.
Oh, I'm not going to call it Ghost Adventures anymore. It's literally West Coast Adventures. That's about it for him. Yeah.
Right. So there are these shows that you can go and they're a lot more, equipment oriented, or they're about the investigation. They're way more intense. Our show is more about just the journey to show that you can be yourself. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to have a ton of equipment. Mary Lynn is a psychic and she goes in cold, and I'll usually use like one piece of equipment, maybe. And that's the way we love to operate, and we can still have a great time. And maybe we don't pick up like all the crazy stuff that a lot of these guys do, but we do still pick up a lot. And, we've learned that you're a lot more likely to find semen than a demon. Don't bring a black light to any of these locations, folks. Just don't do it. I did that one time.
One time.
Yeah.
One time.
Huge mistake. Well, I would just say it was a lot of mistake. How about that?
Well, let's
What
just say he
location?
likes to investigate bathrooms.
I do.
So that was a no.
Yeah, bad plan. But I still do
Mike,
like to
kind of-
investigate that.
Kind of bouncing off what you said about taking the comedy in there, but still respecting the situation. I think a lot of and I'm still new to the community myself. Louis, you wouldn't believe it by what he's, how he's not helping you, or with your own podcast, how he hasn't helped you,
Right.
but he's been in a lot longer than I have. But I don't think what a lot of people realize is how tight knit this community is. And that's what I've seen over the last 6-7 months of how close you guys all are. You helped us out, and a lot of people helped us out with our Wisconsin Bearded Brothers telethon that we had a few months ago. I see maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, you guys were both on a paranormal online convention that you were doing for autism, benefit for autism and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people realize how tight knit this community is and how much you guys, everybody's coming together for Broadhead here in July and stuff like that. And you guys are doing these types of paracons and these investigations together for a good cause. Is this, where am I going with the question? I guess I was just kind of playing off what you're saying, but are these things you guys are doing? Are these things that that are close to your heart, or is it just a matter of you guys kind of because the rest of your community is doing it, you want to help out, stuff like that? How do you guys come together with the rest of the group? Explain that connection that you guys all have.
So it is actually from our heart, because like when we did Paraventure, it is for autism. So everybody is affected by autism in one way or another. They either have a family member or a friend, or they're autistic, or So it's something that is dear to us and we get involved with that. And even if it's something that we haven't been a part of, we're still going to support and we learn. And it's something that, for me, is like taking care of veterans and helping to support them and helping with the autism and just whatever's out there. We're going to help with what we can, because there's nobody is immune to anything, so they need all the help that they can get.
Especially AIDS. No immunities to that. But
that's not true. That's not true. Magic Johnson.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, he just had the HIV. I will say when I got into this, because I really wanted to entertain. I think we all struggle in life to try to find a calling. And it took me up until this to realize that I had finally found a way to do what I wanted to do my whole life. And that was, I really wanted to make people smile, make people laugh, and make people think. And I'm able to do that with her help and with, the help of Beacon TV. And I hope I'm able to continue to do that. And being able to help out with like the Autism Alliance of Michigan and a lot of other locations that have issues like that, because we do it for a lot of non-for-profits, just about everywhere we go.
Everywhere, yep. Well, and that's where most of the Paracons that we attend, they have a nonprofit that they donate to.
Yeah.
So when we do that, most of our time, it's donated, and on our dime, we get there, we make sure that it's not something that we're not paid.
Yep. And then I think coming up in June, we actually have one where it's going to be a convention where every person there has lost a limb, right? But we're going to do it's going to be like a topless review. We're going to call it Nips for Gimps. So yeah, we're working. We're still working on the title. We haven't settled on it yet. But.
Haven't settled on a title.
This is the kind of shit that I have to deal with. I never know where he's going to go with it.
For the record, I'm a fan of the name.
I'm listening to Michael, and I'm watching Mary's face the entire time, and I can see her kind of slowly leaning back a little. And it's just like,
I'm a gigantic fan of that name. That is, yeah.
I'm gonna admit that works for me.
Oh boy.
But on a serious note.
But no, we love what we do. And we're all about the opportunities at Opportunity Village. You know what I mean? So anything we could do to help.
You guys, we can't thank the two of you enough for jumping into the podcast-a-thon thing that we had a couple of months back.
How did it go? Did we help?
It was fantastic. Yes, you got everybody helped tremendously. It was I mean, how long were we on there, Louis? 4 hours?
I think it was just shy of 6.
Nice.
That's what I thought. I thought it was more. Just shy of 6 hours, Louis and I sat on there, and we raised a good chunk of money, and we had fun. We had a lot of fun. It was just an enjoyable experience, top to bottom. So
for us doing that, we were able to add on 2 other small families at the end of it. So we did our 2 core.
Yes,
families.
You're right. We did.
I think both families of 4, right? I think there are two main families of 4, then we did 2 smaller families too, just to help out. So we went above and beyond what we want to do. And it actually got us to our goal point too of every year we want to double our output.
Nice.
So the first year we did 1, the next year we did 2. Yeah, last year we did 2, and then this year we did 4. So we've been doubling our output.
Very cool. Yeah, if there's anything that we can do to help, just let us know. We're there.
Yeah, I guess next year you're gonna have to do what, 8 families?
8 would be ideal. That'd be great.
8 is kind of low for us this year. We're looking a little bit higher. Things have really picked up. I don't want to sit and talk about us right now, but we have a lot of things on the docket right now that we're doing as a club. A lot of different things. We got a big event going in July for the entire month of July. We're doing a big bike ride. We've got a couple of food stands that we're doing over the course of the year.
And actually, with that bike ride too, we are giving opportunity too for people and vehicles, all vehicles. So if you guys know you're going to log over 500 miles, you guys can also get a part of that too, and get a part of the raffle.
If you log over 500 miles,
Yes.
Well,
Oh, you did that.
basically what we're doing is during the month of July, we're having a virtual, not a virtual ride. We're having a self-paced ride. We started out with motorcycles.
Are you doing anything in June?
Are we doing anything in June?
Yeah.
June? No. June, we've decided to take the entire month off. We are going to Aruba.
Ooh.
So
That's where the Beach Boys go.
before Jamaica or after
Was
Jamaica.
I not invited? I never got that memo.
Ooh, I want to take it. Then Bermuda, Bahama.
Yep.
The whole
Come on, pretty mama.
John Stamos.
Was that was that the club memos? I never got that one.
I could actually share that with you guys. What we're doing is a self-paced. It started out as a bike ride
Okay.
in July, 500 miles. It is worldwide. Basically, all we require is a submission of a picture of your odometer at the beginning of July and the end of July. Put on 500 miles during the month of July, and you're entered for some prizes. It's a $25 entrance fee towards our charity, and we had started with just motorcycles, but we expanded it now to cars. We've actually put some flyers up at truck stops, so we're 18-wheelers, quad vehicles, stuff like that. Anybody that can put on 500 miles in their vehicle during the month of July is eligible to enter. Basically a $25 donation towards our charity. You're entered for a handful of prizes at the end of the month. Everybody's going to get a small little reward for participating and stuff like that. So
if we wanted to donate something to this, how would we do that?
we can actually one of the gifts for one of the prizes at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a Jack Link's beef stick?
It is.
That's made in Wisconsin.
Generic beef stick.
I would gladly donate this.
That's made in Wisconsin.
Gladly
That's a homemade gift for us.
No, but seriously, how can we
because we can do a gift basket and get it to you guys, or get it to
Oh, absolutely. We will we'll contact you. We'll talk about it after the show, and we'll get you guys some information. That'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
And we'll share the. And you know what? I have a feeling Louis will even watch the show now. I think he'll tune into Beacon sometime this week.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
it is free right now.
I know he's got a code.
I got a code. Mary Lynn, you're probably the only person that'll see eye to eye with me here. I had a busy week, and I wasn't able to get around to it.
Actually, I do understand that.
Yeah, I just we have the two children here in the room. I had a busy week. It just
So you must have a full-time job, and you must not. So what's season 2 bringing for you guys?
When you like to know.
Is that not-
You may never find out.
Right? Yeah. So season 2, we're highlighting some brand new locations. And we go all across the country. So we're not just tied down to one spot. Like I said, I live in Vegas, she lives in Dallas, and we go everywhere. Last year we were mostly we were everywhere. Nevada, all the way to Pennsylvania, man. So and this year's going to be no exception. We're going to do some places that you've never heard of before, brand new, that we're going to hope we're able to kind of bring into the limelight to kind of help them generate some traffic and help preserve some of these locations, because a lot of them, without money, they start to wither. Look at Broadhead, right? Bill Walter, what a phenomenal human being, man. He's done such a great flipping job with that place, but it still needs a lot of work, and work costs money. We're coming down to Paranormal Rock Down. I will be doing some comedy down there, and all of the donations are going to go to helping Bill take care of that roof, because I do not want to see his head from the top, or any of his heads for that matter. So yeah. So let's keep a roof over Bill's head. Okay.
Keep a roof over Bill's head.
Yes.
So have you guys had Bill's nuts?
Oh, wait.
He has, but I have not.
Has Bill hasn't told you.
Oh, what?
Told us.
At Paranormal Rockdown, you're gonna get to try my nuts.
Oh, that's right. You're getting, yes, you are getting your own nuts.
Breaking news. Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep. Breaking news. We get Michael's nut at
Yeah,
Paranormal Rock.
you will get to try Mike's nuts, and I've never been more proud to have something sweet and salty in somebody's mouth. You know, I am here for it.
It's a secret flavor.
It is. It is a secret flavor. No, it could be salty. It could be sour. I don't know.
It could be hot as hell.
It could be. It could be. I would probably try it like this first. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't go right for the crunch.
You know, you could team up with Darren for this too. He makes his own hot sauce. You can team up.
Really? That's cool.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But I don't know if I'd put my hot sauce on your nuts. I'm not sure. We have to maybe we can discuss this later.
You know what?
You know, we can discuss this Paranormal Rockdown.
I'm not huge on like a vinegar base, so maybe we could do something creamy.
Oh, definitely. We could add a cream base to it. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Okay.
Right? We could do like
heavy cream
creamy sauce on my nuts. He's like, I'm done with you, Mike.
Maybe a plum flavor, hot and heavy, ready for the market.
Who the hell invited you? Louis, a plum flavor. Nobody eats plums.
Yeah.
I'm not a 1960s English school child.
When were you born, though?
Right. Are you asking when we were born? I was born in 82. I think I'm older than both of you.
You were born in 82?
Yeah.
I was honest and I guessed you were born like 95.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, you just said before, Michael, you turned 20.
I did.
You falsified that statement. You falsified that statement.
I turned 20 a lot.
No, I got you beat. I was born in 72.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I got you beat.
Yeah, she was born in like the 40s or something.
I'm losing 92.
67.
Oh, see, I was close.
20
67?
years old. Yeah.
Did you say 67?
Yep. Not 67 years old. I was born in 67.
Born in 67, yeah.
And you were born in 92?
Yeah.
So, ironically enough, the very next year, you would be 1 year old when I very first ever heard the radio. I did not know the radio existed until 1993.
That's weird because Darren's known the radio ever since I was born. He's that old.
I believe it.
So my youngest son is a year older than him.
Then Deuce.
Yep.
Yeah, my old
No, Larry, Louis.
no,
Louis.
then Louis. My oldest daughter is 2 years older than Louis. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. She's 2 years younger. She was born in 94. 2 years younger.
I bet you she's a lot sexier looking too.
Probably.
She is. And you know what? When she says she's going to watch something,
she doesn't.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't either.
No, no.
Shit too.
I just got busy, man. I'm sorry. I can't reiterate sorry enough.
All right. Louis, this is the deal.
I will make it up for you, all right? I will give you cheese curds at the Broadhead, and that will be my peace offering.
Nope. This is what's going to happen. If you do not, one, yes, you're giving me cheese curds. That's happening. Two, if you do not watch my show, by the time we get to Broadhead, I will shave your ass.
Oh, shit.
You ain't got a razor strong enough for that, brother. I'm just telling you right now.
Well, you know what? That's going to suck for you, not me, okay?
Live on stage.
Live on stage.
Oh, yes, it has to be live. Bravo. Yes, it has to be live.
Live on stage. I will watch the show.
Perfect.
And maybe me and Darren can team up. This has been kind of a whiskey-based episode. Maybe me and Darren will team up and get you a bottle of J. Henry bourbon.
I like that.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, yes. Michael gets a bottle.
Are there any local breweries in Wisconsin that do whiskeys or anything?
So breweries do beer, whiskey, distilleries do whiskey.
Distilleries, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Local to that area, I'm not sure, but
yeah, Darren, punish. I'm going to shame you for this one because the local brewery in that area is New Glarus Spotted Cow.
Oh, Spotted Cow, yeah.
I don't even know where the hell Broadhead is. So
Broadhead is like New Glarus is like right in between Broadhead and Madison.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like 40 minutes from Madison, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get you Spotted Cow. You can't get that anywhere else in the nation. You can only get that in Wisconsin. So we'll get you a 6-pack of Spotted Cow or a 12-pack
that'd be good.
of Spotted Cow.
I'll do that.
So
Yeah,
when the Cubs when the Cubs come to Wisconsin to play the Brewers, they always load up a van full of Spotted Cow for their locker room.
Hey, is there a dairy? Is it dairy or dairy?
Dairy farm.
Dairy farm. Is there a dairy farm in Wisconsin called Twin Milkers?
I don't think so.
I feel like there
Sure
should be.
If there's not, there should be.
Right? Like a dairy / brothel or strip club or something.
I feel like there should be a cheese store in Brothel, Wisconsin. I think they get so much business.
Right? Just like the Twin Milkers.
So where I'm at,
milkery.
I'm in a more rural part of Wisconsin. So like in my area of Wisconsin, the big thing is so every Saturday, this is a real thing. So every Saturday, me and my dad will go to the cheese store in Cashton, to the cheese store in Cashton called Amish Cheese Factory.
Oh, yes.
So we go to that one, we get our Munster cheese curds, the cold ones. Then at like 10 o'clock, they open up the Oilers. So we go back to the cheese store. So we go to the
Munster?
Yes.
Munster? Okay.
Munster?
Yes, sir.
That's my favorite cheese, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to so that's actually where Munster was invented, was that Cashton cheese factory.
Real? I thought it was from the TV show.
No.
The Munsters?
Yeah.
So Munster cheese was invented in Cashton, Wisconsin.
Well, that's the Adams family.
So we go from there, then we go out to a bakery, Amish ran bakery, cash money, 50 cents a piece for donuts. We go get our donuts, then we go to a local stand for coffee. And she's actually from Columbia originally. She came to Wisconsin. And then she opened up you ever heard of the Kickapoo Valley Reserve? It's actually kind of a cool state park in Wisconsin. So we go on top of that where her store is, get coffee. Then we go back to the cheese store because by then the oil's hot. We get our deep fried cheese curds. We go home. Nice. So that's our Saturday tradition.
So I'm
lactose intolerant too, so it's a really tough ride. No.
I just thought you were intolerant to begin with.
So don't walk behind him.
So Saturdays are pretty rancid, but
I'm actually gonna be there. I'm gonna be early to the Paranormal Rockdown because I'm going into I'm gonna fly into MSP, Minnesota, St. Paul. Because there's a kid who's a fan, and I'm gonna go spend some time with him, do some photos, and give him a costume, nice. And we're gonna go around the Mall of America.
Will be there.
Yeah. So just as a way to say thank you, and try to help the youths.
Nice.
But after that, I'm gonna drive. So maybe I'll hit you guys up, man. We get up.
So I'll be on the way.
Yeah, you'll be on your way if you're driving from the Twin Cities down to Broadhead.
If you were to take I-90, I'm like 30 minutes off of I-90 to the south of La Crosse.
Totally.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll go take some Amish trips and go visit the Amish.
You know,
Mary, you're coming in July too, correct?
She will be, but a little bit later.
Yeah, because my real job, I have to go to a meeting that we're having in Kansas City, and then I'll fly in.
Will you be there for Friday and Saturday, or just the convention on Saturday?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be coming in. He's going to have to pick me up from the airport.
Not a problem.
It better not be.
But I'm really excited to go to the donut and the cheese people.
Yeah.
Right? But my only issue is I'm always worried that I'm going to get killed there.
No, you're all right. Wisconsin is the nicest place.
No, I feel like there might be something amish.
Oh. Amish people are nice, man. Well, they're very tolerant too.
We had in the late 80s, we had and I believe they still have it. Wisconsin votes their Dairy Princess. Yeah. We have him too, but we have their Dairy Princess type thing, which is like their Miss America of Wisconsin. And in the late 80s, I can't remember her name, but the girl who won it ended up killing her boyfriend. And there was T-shirts going around for a while that said, "Wisconsin, if our dairy products don't kill you, our Dairy Princess will."
Oh no.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. We
That's
should get. We
amazing.
gotta get shirts. We gotta reprint those shirts. I want
I
one.
can't
now.
remember her name for the life of me.
She's
And
from
he's
Merrill, right?
lactose
She was from
intolerant.
Merrill.
Ken,
For him, it could be
Ken,
both.
Ken, you're in the chat. You know her. You know the Dairy Princess's name. What's the
Ken,
Dairy
you're
Princess?
Ken, look at the chat. Who was the Dairy Princess murderer or the murderer Dairy Princess?
Can't remember her name. For some reason, I want to say Bambi, but I think I'm wrong on that.
I believe she's
And
from
that
Merrill,
was her
right?
dancing name at Twin Milkers.
Twin her dancing name. Twin Milkers. All comes back full circle.
Bringing
Twin
it
Milkers.
around.
Ironically, it's her also her OnlyFans in prison. So
Oh, no.
Nice. Hey, can we talk about how like celebrities find ways to like hang themselves?
that's dark. You know how dark that is? I literally bought a. Here we go.
Oh.
Here,
It's going somewhere with it.
her name is Lori Esker.
Oh, there you go. Well, I bring it up because
There we go.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm from Vegas. Like I'm lucky if my shoes stay tied. You know what I mean? Like you expect me to be able to tie not just one knot, but 2 knots strong enough to hold up my ass to kill me. and then you have to find like the rope. Like, is there like a rope store that I don't know about that like all these celebrities go to?
It's a hardware store.
Can we just like have somebody out there, like if they just show up just to buy rope, be like, no.
No,
We
you
could've
need a background check first.
We could have saved so many celebrities.
Onlyprisons.com.
Only prisons.
Only prisons, yes.
All right. So being from Vegas, one of my personal destinations I want to go to is the Zach Bagans Museum.
Sure.
Have you been? And what's the experience like there?
I have. It is that he does have some haunted items there, but a lot of it is brought in as just kind of show. But he has the Kevorkian van and quite a bit of stuff. So the actual location itself is haunted. So when you go down into the basement, it's like whenever I was walking by the stairway, it felt like it was trying to push me down there to come down into the basement. So they have a lot of stuff going on down there.
And I live in actually Boulder City, which is next to the Hoover Dam.
Okay. So being
Can I get some damn bait?
Right.
Well, so seeing that, like, you've been there, but is a Dybbuk box available to look at?
Yes, you can walk by. You can't touch it or anything, but it is on display behind glass.
Okay. So we had an investigator on last week. His name is Carl Johnson. He believes that Dybbuk boxes are a hoax. As investigators, what do you guys think of Dybbuk boxes?
Never heard of it. Sounds fun. Being honest.
So for me, a Dybbuk box it's all of the intention and everything, because they put things in them and then they seal them, and it could have entities. It could be something dark. It could be whatever they put into that box.
Like a wiener.
It could be.
Okay.
So Carl.
No,
Carl
that's
Johnson,
what you put in the box.
That's
right.
in the box.
So Carl's a great guy, great friend. He's been on.
Does he have one of these boxes?
So he does. He made a Dybbuk box. He made it. He made a Dybbuk box exclusively for the Paranormal, for the Pure Steel podcast, and he said any box can be a Dybbuk box, and that's why he was like this kind of a joke. But he's also a guy too who he was on the episode of Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures for the Conjuring House. Carl was one of the first 2 people to investigate the Conjuring House. He introduced the case to the Warren family. So he does have a great credentials. He's also a demonologist. He's a great guy.
I love his fast food chains.
Yeah.
Carl's
a great guy.
Or at least his kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's his kid, Junior. Duh.
But yeah, for me, the Dybbuk box, it can be made, and you can make them out of anything. And it's like I tell anybody, it's like if I give you a crystal and hold and say it's going to protect you, it's all in your mind. Is that something that's there? It's all in the intention. I can give you a pencil and say I have put good juju on this, and anytime you're having any issues, grab hold of this pencil. It's all in the intent. You can use a piece of paper, anything.
That's a great way to sum it up. I had another question to back it up.
I'm gonna start telling my wife my wiener's good luck.
So, what has been the most active place you guys have been?
Not in my pants, obviously, but
You've been traveling too much.
it's true. God,
Well, yep.
Yeah. Well, other than the whole scabies incident, there
Right.
was that. But so I would say Yorktown Hospital, San Antonio, just outside of San Antonio, Yorktown Hospital. It is, I want to say it was built in like the 20s, and it was a hospital that was used up until it was like a hospital up until like the 60s, and then it like transitioned to like a drug rehabilitation center for the next 10 to 15 years or so. And then time has just gone to town on it. The fact that the building is still standing is remarkable. But it is very active. They did some terrible things there, especially when it became a drug rehabilitation center. They actually built a cage, a prison downstairs, and it's still there to this day that you can go into, to put patients that were going through withdrawals to test other types of medications, drugs, watch the symptoms. I mean, they just tortured these people, and there was nothing they could do about it. So that place was pretty intense.
Yeah. And it was ran by the Felician nuns.
Yes.
And it was
Felicia.
something Felician.
Right.
So they're able to say bye, Felicia?
They were a lot.
Mary, what as a psychic, and this is, I guess, something I've wondered and never been able to ask. Can you pinpoint a moment in your life where you realized there was something different, that there was something, you had a connection?
Yes.
Is there an exact moment that you have that you realized there was a little bit more than just?
I do.
Yeah, when she met me, probably.
Yeah.
Probably what it was.
So whenever I was actually 4 years old, and
Never mind.
Four, did you say? Did you say four?
4.
Okay.
I was sitting on the front porch, and I was actually petting a black cat in my lap, and I was talking to the lady that was standing there.
Watching the pyramids get built.
Yeah, way back then, way back when. So I'm talking to her, and my mom walks out, and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" And I was like, "I'm talking to the lady." "And what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm petting the cat." And she's like, "There's nobody there." And I was like, "But Mom, she's," and I describe what she looks like, what dress she's wearing, and the cat that I'm holding. And so she's like, "Okay," and just kind of let it go for a little bit. Then she walked across the street, because where we had moved into was a small rental house, and the lady that lived across the street used to live there. But when her mother passed, who owned the bigger house across the street, she moved into that and rented the one that we're in. And it ended up being, she shows me a picture, and because I had described her, and the picture was of her mother who had passed. So I was talking to her mother, who come over to the house to visit with her granddaughter, who was my same age. The black cat had died within 2 weeks of the mom dying, so that's why the cat was there as well. So that's when they realized I had abilities. But growing up in Texas, it was like kind of taboo, and it's something that don't do this in public. And it's like, I could walk up to somebody, I don't think I've even told you this. My mom had a friend that I touched her belly, and I was like, "Baby."
Wow.
And she's like freaking out because she just found out that morning that she was pregnant.
Oh, you didn't cause her to be pregnant?
No.
I'm just making sure. I don't know how it works.
I was 4. So yeah, that's my moment.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I just got told in the chat we had a question,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for it. So give me 2 seconds. Here we go. What is the scariest interaction you have had with an entity?
Okay. I can answer this one. Do you want to start yours?
Well, yeah, mine was, I was doing an investigation at a friend's house. She kept having issues. And so we were doing the investigation, set up cameras and everything.
Like
and
lady issues?
Not lady
Okay.
issues. It was spiritual things in her house.
Fair.
She was seeing things moving around. So they're in the bedroom, and we have cameras all going, and they're watching in the doorway, and I'm standing by the stairs. There's a mirror that's in the hallway, and I'm looking and I'm describing what I'm seeing is a forest. And then all of a sudden,
Whoa.
I think it's, it's for me, I describe it
Yeah.
as a gnome. So this gnome comes rushing towards me and
Vertically
tries
challenged.
vertically cha-
Yes. Person.
It looks like a gnome.
Okay.
Actually, it looks like him. No,
Kind of.
but
Looks like who?
you
Deuce. Big old beard.
with the beard, but it came rushing at me and almost pushed me down the stairs. I actually caught myself. So that's the time that I wasn't scared, but it startled the crap out of me. And it was something who's like, and I went into the room and I was like, I didn't know how to react to it. And come to find out, that mirror has a matching mirror in her mother-in-law's house. And what I was describing, seeing the forest, looking out the window, was actually the mother's mirror. The mother-in-law's mirror was facing the window, and the forest was right there. So I was seeing the mother's forest.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep.
Wow.
And also, I just want to give a shout out to Chris Hartle. He is currently watching the show. So, hello, Chris.
Right.
What up, dude?
How come, Chris, how come you haven't joined the club yet?
Join the club, man.
Out the guy.
Nice.
Yeah, that's on me too.
What about you, Cal?
Around.
What about you, Cal? Your answer.
So here is another question too.
Oh,
Hold on, we're still Louis, slow down.
Sorry.
Cal hasn't answered yet.
So I can actually answer that one really quickly.
Yes.
No. But yes, we did get to go on the Battleship New Jersey, or whatever it's called.
It was in New Jersey, yeah.
USS New Jersey, or
yeah.
whatever. But they didn't let us do a whole lot, unfortunately. So I'd like to go back. But entity, scary stuff, yes. But it was way, way before I started doing any type of investigating. So I don't know why it didn't register to me as, oh my God, I'm having a paranormal experience and I need to probably look into this more, which I probably should have now that I think about it. But I was 18-ish. And I was in a band. So cool. And we had just finished recording. It was late. It was like 3 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. The only thing that was open was Jack in the Box. And that may be a lie. I should say the only thing that was open that we could afford was Jack in the Box. So that's where we went. We go through the drive-through, me, my buddy Sean, my buddy Baron. After that, we need a place to eat. So we go to this park in Vegas. It is, if anybody decides they want to visit it, it is on the corner of Russell and Boulder Highway. So there is a large stadium there. It's where the old football team used to play, and U2s played there, and concerts, the old Coliseum, the Silver Bowl, they called it. But there's a giant park attached to it. It's got all the soccer fields, playground, everything. So we decided to park there because we figured we'd be left alone. We parked there. We got out of the car. We got to the swing set, and we're just eating. And then next thing you know, we finish our food, and then we're laughing. We're swinging. We're having a great time. And then we all at once, we realize that this is really weird. Like, why are we giggling like school children? We're, 18 years old. Something doesn't feel right. So then our cackles are up, or, because we're like, something just doesn't feel, the air doesn't feel right. So we start walking into the park, into the actual grass area. And we walk and we walk. And then once we get through one little section behind us, the sprinklers, come on. Now, again, we're talking 2:30 in the morning at this point. I don't know about sprinkler systems, but maybe they come on at that time. I don't know. So we're like, oh, that's weird. So we just kind of keep walking, and then they turn off. Poof. And then the sprinklers that were directly behind us, those ones come on. Oh, that's weird.
It's like a Happy Gilmore situation.
Kind of, right? So
9th grade at 9.
We get about halfway. And I'm like, man, some just don't feel right. And the other guys are like, yeah, let's go back to the car. We decide to turn around the second we make that decision. We turn heel, all of the sprinklers in the entire place come on. And Baron, the youngest, he saw what he described as what looked like a very long man on stilts. Is the best
Slender Man.
way, kind of.
Yes, Slender Man.
And we hauled ass. We got the hell out of there, right? We run, we get to the car, we get home. It's 3 a.m. by the time we get to my buddy's house. Second we step outside, we're walking along his walkway, his sprinklers come on. Now I'm freaked. I'm freaked out. I was already freaked out. I'm extra freaked out. So now we have to try to go to bed, right? Because we got stuff to do in the morning. All night, the TV turned on, turned off. His doors opened, closed. The AC turned on, turned off. Things were thrown. Chairs were thrown in the house. We wake up in the morning. Nobody's really like slept. We look at each other and we go, we've got to like fix this somehow. We get back in our car. We drive back to the park. We're sitting in our car like this for probably like 30 minutes. Like just like afraid to get out of the car. And we're like, oh, fuck. Okay. So we get out of the car and we start walking to the park. But we don't want to step on the grass, right? Because anytime we get too close to the grass, sprinklers come on. We're like, we don't know what that actually signifies or means, right? So we don't want anything to do with that. So we're walking on the sidewalk along the park and for probably 5 minutes. And then we both look at each other and go, pfft. I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. I'm a grown-ass man. Okay, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. So I step one goddamn foot onto the grass, and the sprinklers come on. I've never run so fast in my life, bro. I've never run so fast. I lost both of my shoes, both of them. Legend has it they're still there to this day. Okay,
Legend has it.
Actually, one of the homeless picked them up.
probably.
Probably.
But after that, nothing. It's like it.
You said this is what you said. This was when you were 18.
When I was 18.
So this is well before you. Well, I mean, maybe 2 years ago, before you jumped into the realm of wanting to investigate.
Right. Yes. Because I never put the correlation that could have anything to do with the afterlife or the paranormal.
Sure.
It never crossed my path, my mind that that's what it was, you know. And now, the more I think about it, the more I think, well, maybe it was just somebody who was bored and decided to fuck with us. Like, I don't know.
I have a small theory about that I've kind of played around with for years, and it comes from listening to people tell stories and stuff like that, and they'll just tell an offhand story about something, whether it be. I was at a club one night. I was leaving the club and I stopped at a vending machine and I put in $1.50 for the vending machine. And this happened, and then I pushed a couple of buttons, and then something else happened, and this, and then they'll tell some random story, but it'll have some aspect to it that I'll pick up on, and to them it means nothing, but I'll pick up on some weird aspect about it, like. I don't know, the thing got caught up on something and then it triggered something else to fall. And I'm like, I've always felt that. I've always felt something that, to me, nothing doesn't happen for a reason.
So you don't believe in coincidence, you believe in causality.
There's always a reason for everything. Whether we can define that reason or not is a whole nother story, but there's always some definition of it might not be in where we are right now. It might be some other realm, or it might be some other something that defines it, but there is always there is never just an accident. There is some other.
That's great.
Deciding factor that helps that thing falling from the chip machine that causes that one to fall this way because, oh, I don't want the 120 calorie Fritos. I want the 55 calorie Sun Chips or something. Something happens to cause that. And I've always felt that. And I find it's a bad habit of myself where somebody will tell a story and I will pick it apart in my head, even though I believe 100% what they're telling me. My head, I'll just sit there and go.
So it's kind of like a symbolism.
In a way,
and when something happens, it's a symbolism of this is what it means. That's because that's what I do as a medium.
I'm just glad to hear that my adorably tiny nipples were not an accident. You know, I was meant to have them. That's great.
Oh boy, yeah.
All three of them, or just the two?
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah. So as Wisconsinite, that is the most common dart name you'll ever come across. So darts is big in Wisconsin.
Darts?
Yeah, like dartboard.
Dart.
Oh, dart.
You see the hardware. You see the hardware.
Yes.
I can't. There's some type of camouflage.
Yeah. So you got the first place.
Yeah, because I haven't subscribed to it yet.
Yeah.
So,
give me a pass.
Darts is a big thing in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So that is the most common dart name you'll ever come across. Is just the tip.
Just the tip.
Really? Because of just the tip.
Yep.
I get it.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We won't keep you guys much longer. I see we're pushing an hour and a half here. We won't keep you guys much longer, but I've been smiling for an hour and a half now. This has been a fantastic freaking interview. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Michael, thank you for bringing Mary on as well. I've been smiling for an hour and a half now. I'm really enjoying this.
Absolutely. I hope everybody gets a chance to go to streambeacontv.com. You can use the code. If you go to streambeacontv.com, the website, you can actually use the code Paranorm10. And I'll add that into the chat for you guys. And you can save a little bit of money, which is always great. There is right now, you can go on and watch the very first 3 episodes of Pair with the Normal for free. You don't have to even put in a code. You don't have to put in your name, nothing. You can just go in, watch it, see if you like it. And then if you do, please give me your money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give those guys your money.
So before we guys let you guys all off the hook, let's have one more shot before we go. Spirits.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little snake oil.
Yep.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
Shit. That's all. Hold on, I gotta clear it away.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Rub-a-dub-dub, it's good for my tum.
Yeah, thank you guys again. I look forward to seeing you guys down in Broadhead, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Absolutely. Can't wait to meet you guys.
Are you guys going to be a Broadhead?
Yeah. Yeah, we will be there.
Man,
yeah. Awesome. Absolutely. We'll be there.
Yeah, I know.
So thank you guys again.
What?
Yeah, we're all going to be at the same place, same time. So thank you guys again.
We should get together prior to that. And
I do have a spare bedroom. So if you want to go halfway in your trip and just take a rest, I do have a spare bedroom, Mike. So,
yeah, let's do it. I'll bring the lotion.
Yeah, the touching will be very minimal. I mean, it'll be a little inappropriate, but
I am recently
inappropriate is a relative term. I mean, it could be you could enjoy the touching.
I am recently engaged.
So oil on me and yell out, "This is Diddy country," and we're good.
Yeah, I am recently engaged, but my black lab. Yeah, my black lab. He's all.
Yeah, he's just gonna blame Duke. Let's blame Duke.
Yeah,
let's blame Duke.
Are you engaged to a black lab? Is that what you just said?
No, I didn't say that. That's what it said. But my black lab loves butt scratches. You can have him all you want. He's a very friendly guy. Darren has met Duke.
What butt stuff? What?
Darren loves Duke.
Duke loves butt stuff. He is big on butt stuff.
He will like literally. You cannot. It's a black lab, so you can't have stuff on counters. Things go flying. He gets his butt scratches. His tail goes a million miles per hour. He's a great dog.
At this point, I need you to verify that you have a wife. or
I have
single.
a fiance. I do have a fiance.
I need to verify you have a dog.
Yeah, I need some type of verification at this point. Yes, I will need a
I
snack
don't
guardian.
feel safe anymore. I don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that room.
Say
Pineapples.
pineapple.
Pineapples.
That's my code word.
Pineapples.
That's my favorite.
Upside down pineapple.
Right.
But yes, I love snacks. So anybody that's going to be at Paranormal Rockdown, feel free to bring me snacks. Now, I will tell you this before we go. If you do bring snacks, I do have like a weird mental block because of my past, my upbringing, which is a whole nother episode, I assure you. But I have a hard time eating leftovers and home cooked food that I don't see with my eyes. So please, if you do, yeah. So and if it's near the expiration date, even near it, I will not eat it. So, and it's not that I'm being rude. It is literally just like a mental. It's like a weird, like psychotic, weird mental thing. So, I will graciously accept. But if you're waiting for me to eat, it may or may not happen. So, but I always am gracious of anybody that brings me deliciousness.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys very much. For
Yeah,
coming on.
we'll fuck off now.
Thank you very much. Thank you, both of you.
Make sure to get some good barbecue down there in Dallas while you guys are there.
Everybody in the chat, make sure you go check out Beacon TV, check out Paranormal, check out Michael and Mary.
Yeah, Michael
Fantastic
Gagliano.
stuff.
You can find me on Facebook.
No, let's pronounce it right.
Gagliano.
Gagliano. From the Milwaukee area, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Come on, Wisconsin.
Yes.
I know you can represent. Show our boys some
Home,
love.
home of the Brewers, home of the Bucks, home of
Absolutely.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Next time you're coming up for a preseason game.
And John Wayne Gacy.
We need to, next time you come up for a preseason game, we need to connect, and you're going to come and tailgate with me and my son.
Oh yes, I really want to. I
am a season ticket holder, and we come to go to a mall. So
I have been dying to do like a good tailgate, but I don't. Every time I've gone, I don't know anyone. Right,
Yeah,
so
we were invited this last time, but we didn't get to go.
We didn't get a chance to go because of we had some type of event we had to do.
Yep.
It was the practice.
Yeah, it was
so
practice.
Yeah, we got to go because we got the sideline. We got to go on the sidelines of practice, and as much as I really wanted to do the
tailgating,
whatever you call it, don't get technical, okay? That thing. We had to do the practice, and that was a lot of fun, man. That was really cool. We got to see Larry McCarron with his weird finger.
Oh, that's a weird.
Over
That's
here?
fucking creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's
and
creepy
that
as
was my
fuck.
first football game to go.
He's the only guy I know that could point this way and this way. You know.
I forgot to touch on that. So 2 questions before we get out of here.
Yes.
Quick ones. All right.
Yes.
Mary, are you a Cowboys fan?
No.
She's
Green
a Packers
Bay.
fan. She's
Green
a Packers
Bay,
fan.
all the way.
Okay.
Oh, you're a Green Bay fan.
Both
Very nice.
you guys.
I
this
actually
will go to
brought her
both
to
you
her
guys.
first football game last year.
Yep.
All right. So both you guys, what do the Packers need draft night? First round.
Well, she may not be able to answer this, but
can.
I absolutely can. So I will tell you what I think they need, and then I'm going to tell you what I think they'll do. Okay? Because those are 2 very different things.
I just watched to see
Yeah, they're
them
very
bending
different
over and
things.
hiking the ball.
So this is actually a pure definition of a Packer fan. What you want and what you get. So this
Yes.
is perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So to me, first off, I'm gonna start this by saying I'm going to tell you this with the caveat that they keep Jair Alexander. I don't think he gets traded. I know a lot of people think he is. I don't think he's going to. I think they keep him. It'd be stupid to trade him.
I think
They've got him, like 1 more year, 2 more years, maybe tops? 2, yeah. Keep him. He's going to be, I think his value is escalated next year. That's going to be the year they're going to trade him, if they're going to, honestly. So I'm caveating this saying they keep him. Valentine, he'll probably take the other outside role or Nixon. So obviously you're thinking, well, maybe they could use the slot corner. They could still use Bullard there, but they did also just pick up somebody who I think might be able to fill that role. So we'll see. But I don't think a corner is the way they go. I think, and it's kind of an unsexy pick, but I think they go defensive line.
That's not unsexy. That's very
That's not that
sexy.
sexy at all.
For me as a Packer fan,
Yeah.
I grew up with Aaron Catman. I grew up with KGB. I grew up
Yes.
with Clay Matthews. That's a very
Yes.
sexy pick.
So I think they're going to look
And
at
I
somebody-
also grew up with Lucas Van Ness, who I think is not panning out. So
wait. I'm here to tell you right now to wait on Lucas Van Ness. Okay, you have to understand.
I'm all right waiting on him.
I think Lucas Van Ness is going to have a fantastic year. I think he had. So you have to understand when he came into the league, when he was drafted where he was because of potential, not because of where he is now. Right? He was freshly 21. He redshirted. He's barely played, but the Packers like this mother fluffer. Okay, so I think the progression for Lucas Van Ness will be better than Rashawn Gary.
I hope so. I also don't think Rashawn Gary is anything what we. I don't know. I
agree.
I have my opinions on Rashawn Gary and how he made a Pro Bowl this year blows my mind.
All right, so that's who they should take.
So
Who do
I
you
think
want
they
to
should
take?
take. I think we're looking at somebody like Kenneth Grant from Michigan, defensive line. I think that's who they should go with. However,
And who would they take?
I think there's more of a likelihood that they could go with a sexier pick, which would be maybe edge, which would be maybe like Mike Green if he's available.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah,
see
I
that.
can see that.
I
see
could
that.
also see them trying to take, and I hope they don't. I hope they wait till the second round, but I could also see them trying to take somebody like Jaden Higgins, a wide receiver.
No, I
This
don't.
is so rare. I know that people are going to say there's no way the Packers
Yeah.
are going to take a wide receiver in the first round.
If there's
Look.
any year the Packers take a wide receiver, it's this year because it's on our home turf.
It's on our home turf, and the wide receiver draft class this year, it's not great. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not great.
You want a small insider tip, and I hope this pans out because I heard it, and I hope it works out. When the first round draft picks are chosen, they will be riding bikes out to pick up their.
That would be phenomenal. Yep. I'm here for that.
I have our HR woman at work has a meeting every couple of months with some local business people, and that was one of the things they were talking about a couple of months ago, and they were talking about it at the time, and I've heard it's picked up some steam. They are talking about the first round picks. They are talking about putting a path out, and they're going to take a bike out when they get there. When their name is called, they're going to be actually riding a bike up to pick up their.
That's awesome.
Go and hug Paul.
I'm also going to call this. I think
Commissioner.
if they don't take it in the first round, second round, wide receiver, probably absolutely. I think a wide receiver will probably is the second round pick. Third round pick, I'm going center.
That's
bold. The third or the fourth round pick, I'm going center.
That's bold because we just moved somebody. We just moved what's his name to center.
Yeah, we just moved Jenkins.
Right.
Yep. We moved Jenkins.
And then we brought in Aaron Banks, but let's be real.
You can never have enough line depth. Doesn't matter.
This is the issue, and this is where all this lies. I do not trust the left tackle. Okay.
Why is that?
He's been good, but if you watch the tape, it's not great. He's not.
I could honestly see him going there. I really could. I could see Gutekunst going left, like offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I think though, I'm going to tell you right now.
Who else do we have at center? Monk. That's it. So I think
we have
third, fourth pick.
We have
the
greatest thing with the Packers is we have offensive line by committee.
Right.
So I'm gonna just my gut is telling me first pick of the draft is gonna be Derek Harmon, out of defensive tackle out of Oregon.
Yep, I'm with you on that. I get that. I think he's a second rounder, dude.
For so close to second round, he can't justify what.
I know because we pick what 23rd.
Yeah, I think that defensive line is a must, and you have to get that in the first round this year. I think defensive line is going to be Derek Harmon, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
But who I really want, I want the wide receiver out of Mary Lynn's home state. That's what I want.
I want McMillian.
Yeah,
Hey, Packers fans, we are officially
Nothing
boring
better.
the shit out of
Yeah.
everybody but the three of us.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
No, you're not bad because I could sit and talk about this shit all night. But
That is true.
That is
yeah.
true.
we're bored. Yeah, right there. There we go.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
all right. Well,
I
thank
am
you guys.
too. And that's fucking fantastic, Michael. I didn't know that. I knew you were wearing that Packer hat at our podcast,
Yeah.
but I
If
didn't
you
know
guys
you
are
were that
Packers
big of a
fans,
fan. I love
Maybe
that.
this year we need to get together and talk about doing a Packers podcast.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I'm
there
down
we
for it.
go.
How about live Thursday during the draft? We sit here and drink bourbon and watch the draft.
Oh, you know what would
Oh,
be
we can
really
do
cool? What if we
I'm
actually
gonna be
used the code and watched my show? That would be great.
Well, on that note, everybody, thank you very much for joining the show tonight.
All right. Hey, thank you both.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure to talk to both
Mike,
of you.
let me know when you're going to be in the area. I will. Like I said, the guest room is all yours if you want it. If you want to go
Sure.
halfway and take a break, it's all yours. I'm dead serious about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know. It's all yours. Thank you guys very much for being on the show. And have a great rest of your night. Have more drinks for us. And if you guys have any more to drink, let's have one more.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Here's
pour it
some of that
anyways.
Grazie, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
No, thank you. Thank
That's
you,
a
everybody,
wrap.
for tuning in.
That's a wrap. Ken, if you're still here, how many likes we got? If Ken's still here, I'm sure he still is. Ken is the one of one.
Ken's still here. Ken is a god.
I can look it up too myself, I guess. I can't see the likes on the stream. I have to go into the stream itself.
Damn it, we went longer than we were supposed to tonight again. Oh well.
It's the bourbon.
Good
I'm
show.
telling you, it's a bourbon, and I'm
Doesn't
jealous. you
matter.
got
It was a
Buffalo.
good show. That was a good show. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I had fun.
How many likes we got total?
Everybody,
Live total likes. We got 103 subscribers,
that's what matters. Play the song.
and we got 23 likes. So Ken, you are getting a song tonight, my man. Congratulations.
Play the song.
So here's the song, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys in 2 weeks. We're having our Midwest Spectacular with Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan's presidents. Our Midwest Spectacular.
And then our next show after that is Mother's Day.
Yes, Mother's Day. Oh, don't forget to post your Mother's Day pictures.
Yep. So Mother's Day's pictures, everybody. Thank you very much. And we will see you next
Love you guys.
2 weeks.
Thank you.
We're the renegades with beards on our chin. We're the chosen one.